is Teresa Roach, and I'm the producer of Kylemore Farmhouse cheese, and I'm located in East Galway on the foothills of the Buckley Mountains. And I set up my business in 2018. It was our first year of production. I returned home from working abroad as a nurse with a plan to diversify and add value to our farm. We have been producing milk for over 50 years, and I felt it was really important to our farm to diversify and add value, and for the next generation to put their own stamp within the family business. So I wanted to kind of showcase what we could use using our milk. And I had no experience in food production, but I had a keen interest in food manufacturing, so I decided to work locally with a cheese producer who kindly supported me throughout my business startup. And then I got great advice from Momentum marketing and support just in adding value. And then I went to Switzerland, and once I went to Switzerland, I suppose my idea came more alive. I started believing in our food producing idea. So I went to the Alps in Switzerland, gained experience, went to Austria and Germany and to the UK, to the Artisan School of Foods, where we kind of decided to look at other product developments. And from this, then 9 months later, we had converted this shed that you're in right now, which is a pre-existing sheep shed, and we converted that into our food manufacturing facility. From there, we started our first year of cheese making in 2018, and then we're in our third year of cheese making and sales, exporting and nationally to artisan delis and to restaurants, hotels, and direct wholesale with our farm shop as well. So we're still in production, and we're delighted to say we're growing. We built a farm shop in the last 12 months, and we still run our farm tours. Particularly at the moment, it's a lot with chefs who want to know where the food starts and finishes. It's one of the key components of why I started it, was all about traceability of your product, knowing where it starts and finishes, to educate the younger generation coming through in your local community. So we have the visitor centre purpose idea with a big visual window, so people can see in and know where the milk is transferred and into cheese making. So a lot of it is giving people and farmers the background to adding value and showing them that it's possible to diversify in any production of farming. So I suppose that was the keen idea of the startup. But generally we have continued to grow slowly by at least 30% each year. Okay, what's unique and special about our cheese is that we manufacture everything from start to finish on the farm. So we have a pedigree dairy herd, which is important. It's a closed herd. We only produce some summer milk. They're the three components that are very important to good cheese making skills. Secondly, is what's unique is we make a natural rind cheese. It's all handmade. All edible from the inside out, and so there's no waste. It's a very sustainable product. And also our whey byproduct is fertilised onto our land to promote clover and grass growth. We make part of it is used to give chefs so that they can make breads, and has lovely moisture into their bread making. So what's innovative is that we are the only producer on the west of Ireland, on the west coast of Ireland, producing these mountain hard cheeses. And what's innovative about it is it starts and finishes directly on the farm, so it's fully traceable and sustainable from farm to fork. And the unique part about it is it's very similar to the Comté style of cheese. which the Swiss and French Alps will be producing, where I went to learn. It's a very mild, sweet, nutty cheese. It's a very versatile product. It's great on a cheese board, it's great for melting, and it's very palatable to the Irish taste. And it's all handmade on the farm. To date, we're in our third year of manufacturing, and throughout our progression as a business, we've brought along some great key staff. I have 3 employees at present, and with 2 more new part-timers who have just started. So we have had 2 transition year students throughout the year. Since during all the pandemic, we've had 2 students. We have a Spanish man from Spain who works with me for the last year, who has a great experience in food manufacturing. I've also got 2 girls who are studying food science, one in UL and another girl doing EHO training, and they all are in their 2nd and 3rd year of university. So we've got great platforms, and right now we give students work experience to show them locally as well how to gain skills, and how that they too can in the future look at food manufacturing. We also do work with the scouts and the schools, and as I mentioned earlier, chefs, and we work with the likes of Ashford Castle as well, doing unique luxury experiences. We've done tours previously with farm groups, and we also constantly have the public coming through with their families, and we educate them about cheese making and about farm production and where does milk come from. It's a key component of what we do, and a lot of it is hands-on experience, touching, smelling, tasting, and walking out through the farm to see where the milk starts and finishes, and where the cows are in the fields grazing. We've been delighted to work with the government for the 2040 launch of Rural Generation Plan for the next 5 years, and we're part of that. And we also are with Agri-Aware promoting food production, and also it's important and vital to educate the public about where the source starts and finishes. So I believe other businesses should take the opportunity of having students on board, because they also challenge you to ask yourself the questions, the harder questions that maybe you get a little bit, you get distant from. So always fresh minds. Students will also be very good with adapting new skills. They bring in a new culture to your product. They often come with variable good skills that can be transferred into your business. But students also are really beneficial to assisting you with different tasks that you might get into every day. I found visitors or students visiting us have been a key component also for your marketing. They help you with teaching others about your product outside, at home. One Ireland's really good for word of mouth, and we're a small, robust nation, and I think it's great to get people talking, and it helps sell your brand. Another thing I felt but the biggest thing is you get a lot more pride about what you produce when people come onto your farm and people talk about how they like your product, or they go home with saying they've enjoyed the experience or they enjoyed tasting your product, and that makes you very happy. There's nothing about the price of anything, it's just about if the customer is happy leaving or the students are happy leaving. The biggest thing, another big thing is students, if it helps them in their learning. We do a lot with students from agricultural science groups, and I felt, as I mentioned, even if it's from TV companies or down to learning disability groups, I think it's really important to be able to involve everybody who from different skill sets. That if you can give them the experience or this of learning on your site, I think it's important.